Tuned into News and Views of myself, Salailo Makwidiri, and we're going to be wrapping up the show with a controversy that penned out this past weekend at Johannesburg's Houghton Golf Club. It is a controversy that is reigniting debate over freedom of expression and South Africa's long-standing solidarity with the Palestinian cause. Reports indicate that a visitor was allegedly barred from the golf club after displaying a Palestinian flag displayed on his car. I think it was a big, nice SUV. And that incident ultimately prompted or sparked a very, very sharp and public political reaction. The ANC came out, African National Congress in Johannesburg, Houghton specifically where this happened, condemning the move as discriminatory. The gentleman was ultimately told that he can't frequent or visit the golf course or the golf club because of his association of or his display of that flag. And this morning we're going to be unpacking the implications thereof, the reason why this kind of thing could have happened, and we're going to be doing so with the African National Congress. They've sent us a representative to give us a reaction on that, and they're joining us via a virtual platform. Good morning, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. And I would like to jump right into it. If you can give us, just a short reaction of, what happened or transpired at the Houghton Golf Club this past weekend from your point of view, and ultimately how it was reacted upon.
Look, I firstly want to start by saying that South Africa is from a very troubled past. The apartheid regime was declared a crime by the global community. What we saw this weekend is nothing short of that. Mr. Siko being banned for displaying a Palestinian flag is nothing short of violation of his freedom of expression. And we believe that as the ANC, the Houghton Club must immediately retract from this discriminatory and letter that they would have sent to him to ban him. We are from a troubled past of South Africa, and to see such things happen, they remind us of where we are from, and it's even very outrageous because we've taken a particular posture as South Africa. We've taken the case of the genocide happening in Gaza to the ICJ. We believe there is a genocide. So for someone or for a private club to think that they are above the Constitution of South Africa is quite outrageous. And we are in full support of Mr. Siko, and we believe that he should be reinstated in that particular club. What they did there was absolutely unconstitutional.
Mantombi, I want to come to the golf course, the golf club in itself. Has there been any communication had with them, a meeting to try and understand why they took the stance, and if there'll be a retraction or any kind of implications or consequences for this stance that they pulled?
Well, the subcommittee of international relations is in contact with the club. We've sent them our statement. We've sent them our demands to retract from this and to also publicly apologize to Mr. Siko. I think we should receive feedback by the end of business day. If we do not, we will not hesitate to march and mobilize to that club, because we will not tolerate such unconstitutional and unlawful and apartheid style of doing things. This is not just an administrative issue. It is really a complete disregard of our constitution.
Very, very true. Are we seeing these kinds of incident trying? I mean, getting more and more? Is it almost a reflective or growing intolerance towards pro-Palestinian voices in South Africa? I think sometime last year we also had a protest, coincidentally, at the Nelson Mandela Foundation, where people were saying, the views that the foundation now tends to represent when it comes to the Palestinian discourse are not palatable ones from their point of view. Are we seeing more and more of these kinds of responses, and are we at a danger to see a much more polarized South Africa because of what's transpiring right now in the Middle East?
Sure, I think we are. But mainly it's informed by what's happening globally, right?
Mm,
So I think we are seeing this intolerance around the issue of freeing Palestine and the genocide issue in Palestine. But I think as the African National Congress, we're quite clear. We're very committed to the cause in Palestine because it's really rooted in the same principles of international solidarity and anti-colonial resistance that guided our liberation. We are from a troubled past, and we are not going to allow such things to happen, because had the global community not stood with South Africa, we would still be in apartheid today. And if we don't stand up for the women and children that are being killed every day in Gaza, then the genocide will not end. And we are quite deliberate and quite clear that as the African National Congress, we are supporting the Palestinian community, and we will stand with them until they are free.
There you go, Mantombi, Nkosi, Greater Johannesburg ANC spokesperson. Hope we chat to you again to get an update on, the interaction between the African National Congress and the Houghton Golf Club, if there's going to be a retraction or if further action will be taken against that institution. We're going to be there for now. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
There you go. And with that, we've come to the end of today's edition of News and Views. Thank you so much for joining us for the past 2 hours and 5 minutes. I'll be back with you again tomorrow for the Wednesday edition of the show. If you missed any of the interviews that we had, you can head over to our Spotify channel and you'll be able to listen. And, when it's a bit chilled and it's not live and it's not as heated as it is right now, you'll be able to go into that platform and listen to us and follow our channel there. Otherwise, head over to our various social media pages and you'll be able to also watch and listen to all of the interviews that we had, YouTube, X, Facebook, and also on Instagram. There's wonderful content on our Instagram page that you can, engage with if you want to get the latest from the world in and around you. Or you can head over to our website, www.salammedia.com. Otherwise, from myself, Salailo Makwidi, and everyone that made today's edition of the show possible, it's bye for now. Sharp, sharp.